Hello, I'm Coach Hurd. Thank you for tuning in and listening to the Word from Coach Hurd, where I give you real talk biblical lessons because you already know I'm going to tell it like a TI is. The title of today's lesson is Humility. Let me say that again. The title of today's lesson is Humility. And the lesson is coming from James chapter 4, verse 10. The Holy Spirit guided the Apostle James to say, humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. Lord have mercy. Let me read that again. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. You see, humility is a path to God's favor. When you put God first and you bow down, so to speak, and say, I'm nothing in this life without God, God will lift you up. Don't go sit at the head of somebody's table, because when they come in, they're going to ask you to move. Now you're embarrassed. But if you be humble and you sit at the end of the table, they say, no, Coach Hurd, you come up here. I want you to be up here. You're an honored guest. You see, always present yourself with the embodiment of humility. The next thing that we need to understand about humility is humility is a reflection of Christ. You see, listen to Paul. The Holy Spirit guided the Apostle Paul to say in Philippians chapter 2, verse 7. He says, he emptied himself, he being Jesus, he emptied himself, taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men. Jesus is God. Jesus is the ultimate royalty. But yet he lowered himself, so to speak, down to the lowest of levels and took on the form of a human being to be a servant. See, people have an issue with being servants. They don't want to serve. They think they should be served. But when you have humility in your life, when you embody humility, you don't have a problem serving others. Watch it. You see, humility is demonstrated through service and love. Let me say that again. Humility is demonstrated through service and love. Listen to Apostle Paul again. In Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, the Holy Spirit got him to say, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourself. You see, we got a lot of people in this world, even preachers, they will put themselves up on a pedestal and they think they more than everybody. They think they all that in a bag of chips and the cookie. You see, they're out for selfish ambition and they're out doing this conceitfully instead of having humility to put others before themselves, saying you are more important than me. How many people will say that you are more important than them? See, that is a blessing to have that type of attribute. Humility is demonstrated through service and love. I'm going to serve you. I don't need you to serve me. I'm going to serve you. I want to serve you. I want to be in service for you. That is humility. And look at him. If you want to be together, if you want to have unity, if you want to have harmony, then there has to be humility. Listen to the Apostle Paul again in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. He says, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. How can there be unity if there's no humility? I'm going to say it again. How can there be unity if there's no humility? Because humility is embodied in love. Love is embodied in humility. And if you got humility, then you got love. If you got love, you got humility. And if you got those two things, then we can have unity. Because unity is based upon people being humble, putting people before themselves. Unity is based upon love, people caring about other people more than they care about themselves, and they're willing to take a step back to have peace. Lord have mercy. We need a lot of people to understand that. I'm done with this thing. Humility. Embody that and watch how God bless your life. Hey, I'm Coach Hurd. I'm done with this. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me, and I'll catch you the next time. Peace.